Welcome to today's quick healthcare news. First, the healthcare AI update. Hippocratic AI is developing AI nurses that can reduce the workload of nurses. The nursing shortage is a global health emergency threatening patient access and outcomes, and AI solutions are being developed to address this nursing shortage. AI nurses or nurse assistants can reduce the workload of nurses by performing tasks like pre-visit planning, discharge planning, health risk assessments, care coordination, clinical trials recruiting, social determinants of health assessments, nutrition planning, etc. Listen to this AI nurse assistant.
Hi, this is Linda calling from Memorial Hospital on a recorded line. Is this Albert Wu?
Yes, it is.
Wonderful. I'm calling on behalf of Dr. Brown, your cardiologist. To protect your privacy, can you please share your date of birth?
It's January 1st, 1950.
Thanks for confirming that. I'm your AI chronic care manager. Dr. Brown asked me to check in on you after your discharge from the hospital. Is now a good time to talk?
Sure.
Great. Before we delve into your health matters, I think it would be beneficial to learn a bit more about you. Is that all right, or would you rather we get straight to the point?
Sure.
A report by consulting firm Accenture highlights the critical global health crisis posed by the nursing shortage, driven by retiring clinical workers and increased demand from an aging population. Healthcare providers are adopting short-term fixes like temporary staffing and telemedicine, but these measures often fall short, leading to unit closures and reduced patient access to care. The report emphasizes the need for a reinvention strategy that leverages technology and talent to enhance nurse and patient experiences. AI has demonstrated the potential to fill this gap at a fraction of the cost. In other news, Google has ended its enterprise agreement with One Medical following Amazon's acquisition of the primary care provider. Google, once One Medical's largest business customer, had offered its employees discounted or free memberships and operated One Medical care centers at some of its offices. This change, set to take effect at the end of this year, represents a setback for Amazon's healthcare business. Amazon acquired One Medical for $3.9 billion, but Google's departure highlights the challenges Amazon faces in its healthcare endeavors. Google was an early supporter and significant revenue source for One Medical, contributing to 10% of its net revenue until 2020. However, after Amazon's acquisition, One Medical stopped releasing its financial reports to the public. Google has already transitioned its on-campus One Medical Centers to Premise Health, which offers additional services such as pharmacy, gynecology, and coordinated care. Google employees will need to pay for their One Medical memberships starting in 2025, though One Medical will remain an in-network provider for Google's health insurance. One Medical works with approximately 10,000 businesses across the U.S., providing comprehensive primary care services to their employees. This partnership network continues to grow, indicating the ongoing demand for One Medical's healthcare services, despite the challenges posed by the loss of Google as an enterprise client. Next, the Food and Drug Administration has approved a new blood-based screening test for colorectal cancer, aiming to catch cancers at an early, more treatable stage. This new test, developed by Guardant Health of Palo Alto, California, offers a simpler alternative to colonoscopies and fecal sample tests, which many people find more cumbersome. The test is named SHIELD, and it requires just a blood sample, and will be available within a week. Guardant Health has not yet announced its price, but has indicated it will be for individuals aged 45 and over at average risk for colon cancer. The blood test's key limitation is its poor ability to detect precancerous growths, which other screening methods can identify and remove to prevent cancer development. Despite this limitation, the test is expected to encourage more people to get screened for colorectal cancer, the second most common cause of cancer-related deaths in the United States. This year alone, approximately 53,000 Americans are projected to die from colorectal cancer. Regular screenings can prevent up to 73% of these deaths. However, current guidelines recommending screenings starting at age 45 are not followed by 25 to 50% of those eligible. The simplicity of the SHIELD test may help increase screening rates. It can be performed during a routine physical exam or at a commercial lab, avoiding the need for the more invasive and time-consuming procedures associated with traditional methods. The test works by detecting DNA fragments shed by cancer cells and large polyps into the blood. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine on March 13th reported that the Shield test detected 87% of early-stage curable cancers. Early-stage cancers have a 5-year survival rate of 91%, compared to just 14% for cancers that have spread outside the colon. The test has a false positive rate of 10% and found only 13% of large polyps, whereas colonoscopies detect 95%. An FDA advisory committee recommended the approval of the Shield test on May 23rd, acknowledging its inability to prevent cancer due to its poor detection of precancerous polyps, but endorsing it for its potential to increase screening rates among those who avoid traditional methods. Current screening options include fecal tests every 3 to 5 years or a colonoscopy every 10 years. Fecal tests, which require mailing stool samples to a lab, and colonoscopies, which involve fasting and laxatives for bowel preparation, followed by anesthesia, are often met with resistance from patients. However, a positive result from the Shield blood test would still necessitate a follow-up colonoscopy to locate and remove any detected cancer or polyps. Guardant Health states that the test meets Medicare's requirements for coverage, meaning there should be no additional cost for those with Medicare Part B. Out-of-pocket costs for those with commercial insurance or Medicare Advantage plans will depend on their specific coverage. And now, the interesting healthcare facts segment. A recent survey by Ipsos reveals that while generative AI is increasingly used by consumers for healthcare needs, trust in these technologies remains limited. Only 38% of consumers somewhat or generally trust generative AI for healthcare information, with a significant portion remaining skeptical. Generative AI is valued for its 24/7 availability, cost-effectiveness, and the ability to provide instant responses and personalized support. These features can reduce patient anxiety, empower patients with knowledge, and improve patient-physician interactions by freeing up time for more critical discussions during appointments. The report underscores the potential of generative AI to significantly elevate patient care when implemented responsibly. And there you have it. Please subscribe to this channel